Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Monaco EA. I'm showing you guys how to get the maximum performance out of your fish tank filter. As you see right here now, I am cleaning my conventional out-the-box filter that came with the filtration system. I'm running tap water over this. Hot water, and I'm just rinsing it out and shaking it. Just got done spraying it in the sprayer, and they seem to do a better job. I already cleaned these, but I had one over here in the beginning, so I wouldn't rinse the dirt onto the other one, and then I would shake it. These things become very fragile as the months go on, so that's why you need to replace them. And they're about $5 to $7, but I'm here to show y'all a neat little way, a trick, how to get your water cleaner than these filters are going to get your tank. So, like I said, we're cleaning these out first, the front and the back, and you want to shake it until you start seeing this clear water come out of it. Make sure all the stuff inside is loose a little bit, not just on one side or at the bottom. Try to get them even as possible. Like this one, they all, the charcoal or whatever is all in here. So hit it a little bit. Just try to just even it out just a tad. So I'm done cleaning that. And I had a problem where I wanted to get the maximum clarity in my water, and these two filters just weren't doing it. So what I did was went to the auto parts store and got your typical car wash foam. As you can see, I cut it in half and then split it down the middle, and then I took the two and shoved them in here, which is acting like a super filter, better than that, but yet only the water passes through. If you get the premises of what I'm saying. So basically, I got 4 filters, two with charcoal and 2 sponges, so equal out to 4. I could put 2 more in there to really get it, but I noticed the flow of water changes, so I don't trying to burn up the pump or anything. So right now it is almost 12 p.m. and this is what I do every 2 days. What I'm doing is get ready to clean it here. And I got my aerator on with my bubbles. I got my underground filter tires running, because what I'm doing now is mixing up the water, stirring it so I can get all the floating particles and stuff suspended in the water so my pump can get it. And I'll turn on the light here in a minute to show you. So right now I'm going to put all this stuff back in without the new one. The sponge I got at the auto parts store in the car wash section. I think it was like $2 or something. So I'm putting this back in here. I have to move my sponges because they're floating around. You could put more sponges in there, but as you can see, the water's kind of boiling over, and it's a chance that, you know, you might be asleep or something, and it'll start running over to the side. So that's why I'm only using 2 right now. You can also put medium in there with the sponges, like rocks or whatever. Just make sure they ain't the wrong rocks, where it makes your pH balance off, and then you have to add chemicals to get it back down because your fish dying. So right now this is the setup I need, because I'm only working with 55 gallons, which is a lot for a home, but it ain't a lot in terms of needing a lot of sponges and stuff, or a whole separate one of these. So we're fine. Basically what I'm doing is modifying this to a better version of what they sold me. Instead of buying those filters that came with it every month, I can go maybe 2 months or maybe 3. Depends on how I keep my tank up. Maintenance is a big key. I also do a lot of cleaning in here every 2 months with my objects sitting on the bottom, and my rocks tell me a lot in terms of how dirty the tank is getting. When I start to see build up on these rocks, I tend to take them out and wash them with soap and water, rinse them real good, let them dry, rinse them real good, and then put them back in. This tank has been up for 2 months, and the problem I was having was it was not coming super clear like I wanted to. People were saying you had to get the big canisters and all those super filters. So something just told me, wait a minute. I wonder if I can put extra filters in there. Like a sponge of sort. I try to use the house sponge where you wash your dishes, but the water really wasn't going through. And I did try some where they just broke down. I guess the bacteria and the fish food and stuff just broke it down to mush. So that would have been a bigger problem, getting that out of your tank, you know. So I came across this, and this is pretty durable, if y'all notice, when you wash your car. So it don't break down too much. So I'm gonna turn on the lights here, see what we got. Now this is right now it's a little cloudy because I just took my filters out and washed them, and a lot of sediment that was in the reservoir then got out. A lot of fish food and everything. And what I'm doing now is stirring everything up And that filter is going to drag a lot of it out of here. And then plus my towers back here is going to clean a lot of this stuff out of here too. A lot of bubbles going through the carbon. The more I can get, turn the valve up here to see. See, I might, and then I can control my, cause, let's see, can I get it really bubbly here with my valve. I want to try to get it even, so each one will get water to pass through it. Which is fine. I don't know if y'all can see right now, it's a little cloudy. It's a tad. And it's 12 o'clock, like I said. This is the time where the major light goes off, and I got some LEDs up here, which I'm getting ready to turn on to keep this big light off for the algae to not form up. Also, I got a thermometer in here, which I barely got in the safe zone here, and I like to keep it that temperature because a lot of times I come in here and it be heated so much that the water be evaporating, and warm water tends to cause more diseases in your tank. And algae build up. I kind of treat this like a hospital. You know why hospitals say so cold? Well, it keeps diseases and bacteria down. So it don't hurt the fish too much. I got some fish in here that will thrive in that temperature, so it ain't endangering them. Like I said, I'll let this run for about 2 or 3 hours and let this filter suck up all it can in the mornings. Take the sponge out, rinse them off with tap water. Don't take the original filters out, just take the sponge out. Rinse them off real good, squeeze them out, put them back in. So in the morning, I'll shoot the second video on how this method makes your tank just like crystal clear, like a bottle of water of drinking water that you get from the store. And like I said, right now on camera, it's looking clear, but from the naked eyes, a little cloudy. So I will show you part 2 of it tomorrow after I go through this cycle and change my sponges. I don't know if y'all can see all the debris floating around in there. And that's what we're shooting to get out of there. It'll be so clear that you would not see a lot of that floating around. Which really pees people off, where they just can't get it crystal clear and it's got that hazy, cloudy look, and people go crazy just trying to, you know, get additives to drop in the tank
And I tried all that, and it even made it cloudier. You gotta wait 3 or 4 days for it to knock all the stuff out the water, all type of stuff. So I was using that, and I just came up with the idea of that sponge. To be a second help in filtration all this water. Like I said, it's 55 gallons. And I think this pump takes maybe 6 hours for it to turn over. So basically it takes 6 hours to filtrate, or 4 hours or something like that, I'm not sure, to go through this. So overnight should turn over this tank at least 2 or 3 times. So I'm looking for that filter to keep turning that water. And the sponges and the charcoal will filter it out. So I got my towers connected to my underground filter. Another issue I have here, which my algae is down. I'm using a underground filter with a coat of rocks, lightly coated rocks. When I say lightly coated, on the middle part and areas, I can just stick my index finger down and feel the filter a little bit. So in a lot of places it's not a lot of rocks. So my towers is pulling that water from these rocks and actually helping me clean, instead of me having a lot of rocks and can't get that suction to clean the rocks. So that's less vacuuming and water turnover. This method do give you evaporation where you got to add water, as you see, but I pretty much keep it filled so I don't get that line and stuff. As you can see, it's pretty clear now, but when it turns over a couple times, it'll be clearer than that where I can see the floor. So in my second video, the finish, I'm gonna show you where I can see to the floor, just like clear. So like I said, it's 12 o'clock, so what I'm gonna do now is plug up my LED and I turn these lights on here since it's winter time. It gets dark early, so I turn these on about 6 o'clock, 5 or 6 o'clock depending. And I don't turn them back on until in the evening. So I got the LEDs on. I got low light for the algae. Temperature good. And tomorrow I'll show y'all part 2 of the finish.